Despite the hectic mood among the staff at HQ, the start of the briefing was delayed. But the weary pilots, knowing full well that they must force their exhausted bodies back into the air once the order was given, weren't the slightest bit disturbed by the delay.
Hey, what are you writing there?
I just can't remember this next phrase.
Here, let me see.
Hey! The princess couldn't feed the dove that day. She was too sick.
May I take a look?
Razgriz. The demon of Razgriz got her, right?
You know the story?
The demon from the North Sea. I remember. My grandma used to tell me bedtime stories about it. And every time she did, I'd be too scared to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Settle down, people.
I know a little about that famous legend, too. When history witnesses a great change, Razgriz reveals itself, first as a dark demon. As a demon, it uses its power to rain death upon the land, and then it dies. However, after a period of slumber, Razgriz returns.
Anakin tries to discuss politics and admits he supports a fascist dictatorship.
Gentlemen! Excuse me, Colonel. This is an absolutely vital mission to us. As the staff advisor sent from Central HQ for this effort, I'd like to explain it myself. The Osean army is planning a vast offensive with the ultimate objective of occupying the capital of Yuktobania. If this operation succeeds, it will end the war in very short order. However, the Yuktobanians have attacked our beachhead with ballistic missiles from the Rimfaxi, a Sinfaxi-class submersible carrier stationed in the icy waters of Razgriz Straits. Fortunately, our ground forces had already completed attack preparations, so despite the missile attack, the offensive began as planned. Nevertheless, we must neutralize the threat of another Rimfaxi missile attack on our ground forces.
We have a single chance to stage a successful air attack on the underwater carrier Rimfaxi. Our passive sonar has detected a transport submarine that we believe is headed for the Rimfaxi. We believe the transport sub's mission is to supply the Rimfaxi with missiles. Based on its course and speed, we've calculated its rendezvous time with the Rimfaxi. By amazing coincidence, it is precisely the same time as the 0 hour of our ground attack. At this time, the Rimfaxi will have to surface to restock its missiles. At that exact moment, ingress at low altitude to avoid detection, launch a surprise attack, and sink the Rimfaxi. Once surfaced, it only takes the Rimfaxi 1 minute to rig for an emergency dive. If your approach is detected, you will only have 1 minute to complete your attack on the Rimfaxi.
So yeah, no pressure, trying to pop a submarine from very low altitude within 1 minute in the middle of the fucking Estebakian Civil War, no less, because remember, that's going on in the background right now.
Just another day.
Now keep in mind, there won't be any support from Arkbird this time around. This mission rests solely on your shoulders. The entire ground offensive is relying on this first surprise attack, so don't disappoint us. I want you to turn the icy Razgriz Straits into the enemy's graveyard.
I love how they just had to have Perot's, like, just idle animation in the background while that guy is just yattering away.
That guy's face will never not look insanely weird to me.
I know, it's the weird, like, reflective angle, too, because, like, I've told a couple of people, like, when he shows up in actual cutscenes, he looks like a normal person, but...
Yeah, it's super weird.
He's just framed in that unfortunate angle where he basically looks like American.jpg.
Captain, please choose my...
I mean, yeah, it's nothing if not accurate.
Captain, which plane should I use? We're launching with this formation, then?
Yeah, so of course we're taking the Hornet out again, just in full force, because it's pretty much the fastest plane we've got, and it's really the only one with LASMs right now.
Always appropriate. Never not go Maximum America. Oh, excuse me, Maximum Osia.
Yeah.
1 mile to refueling craft.
I always hated this frigging minigame.
Like, I don't honestly get the point of it. Like I know what the point of it is, like plot-wise, because like, yeah, we are basically going halfway around the globe right now.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's always been optional in the game, so there's at least that.
Yeah.
50
Of course,
yards to go.
I leave it in because I want to subject everyone to it.
Yeah, the problem is it's a lot of this bullshit, like trying to get yourself to align just right is a pain in the ass. Much like in real life, probably, so I can't really begrudge them for that, but yeah.
Although, in real life, like, as soon as you get within, like, a certain distance of it, the thing doesn't automatically just line up and take over, so...
Yeah. Yeah, real pilots have it a lot harder.
Altitude and fly towards the submarine fleet. You are restricted from flying above 1,000 feet. We can't risk having our surprise attack detected.
I'm getting chills. This northern sea is where the demon of Razgriz came from.
Razgriz.
Huh. There's no way that could have been the Razgriz.
Hold your chatter. Commencing calm-out procedures shortly. Maintain radio silence.
Okay, so... here's this game's buzzword. Also, because we're basically facing a remix of the Rimfaxi, we got a remix of Rimfaxi's background theme playing over it.
Yeah, they're pretty similar, but there are some subtle differences if you take a moment to actually listen. I actually do think Rimfaxi is the better one.
Oh, there's... yeah, the theme technically crops up like 3 times. There's... also, yeah, you get spiked no matter what you do here, so, you know.
Ticket submarine just sent off an enemy detection notice. The Rimfaxi's gonna dive in 1 minute. Attack immediately!
Hey, our cover's blown anyway. I'm gonna start talking now.
He just stopped giving a shit about OPSEC.
Oh, yeah.
We're still in the middle of our mission! Damn it! How did they...
But yeah, there's... well, actually, like, now the one is shifted, there's actually 4 versions of this Rimfaxi theme that shows up. There's, the one that shows up in, Rendezvous, the one where no one knows what the fuck is going on. Then there's the actual Rimfaxi battle theme, then there's the lead into, this mission. And then now there's the Rimfaxi one, which has, like, the electric guitar blaring in the background now.
Yeah, that's why I prefer that version most of all, because of the sick guitar riffs in the background. I feel like if this game were ever remade, they'd probably change, like, the Rimfaxi and Rimfaxi tunes to be more, like, dynamic. Kind of like how the songs in Zelda are, in Breath of the Wild. Sort of like that. I've always been a sucker for dynamic audio.
Yeah, because, like, I just beat Breath of the Wild, like, literally last week, so...
oh, yeah.
It's a really, really good game.
So satisfying. Like, that little Destroy Ganon screen at the end. It's the best.
Rimfaxi launching burst missiles!
Launching carrier jets.
You know, I never really quite got how all those planes can fit inside that submarine, even if they are UAVs.
Attacks to hit the Rimfaxi when it surfaces. Sink it before it deals any more damage.
Almost looked like they were, like, just built right into, like, the top, like, deck paneling to it.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I guess these are supposed to be, like, Predators or Reapers? I don't know.
Oh, they almost look like the drones from, like, the Ace Combat 7 trailer.
No, those are based off of Infinities, which were completely different.
But, like, they sort of function on the same principle, though, just, like, they were, like, built into the hull, or built to dock with the hull, and then just popped up.
Yeah, and being, like, stupidly maneuverable.
Missed!
Fortunately, at least these don't have crazy lasers, so...
Good thing there's no big bird
shooting at us from the sky like before.
It's about 10 years too early for that anyways.
Yeah.
The Rimfaxi has broken the surface. Commence attack.
Yeah, so yeah, we're in the not Arctic Circle. A little preview of what's going to be happening in 2019 if things keep going as they are in real life.
They might think they snuck up on us, but they're dead wrong.
Also, a little preview of what's going to be happening in Ace Combat 6.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. What are you doing? Attack, you idiots! Are you just gonna let them destroy our ground forces?
What the hell just happened there?
I don't know, like...
It did it like a 180.
Yeah,
like it just flipped over. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it just did not know what the hell, or how the hell to calculate the damage I was doing into it, so yeah.
I guess the scripting...
Rimfaxi just kind of... Yeah, scripting just went right out the window, and the Rimfaxi just went, whoop.
Damaged it!
I can't stand how HQ treats us like errand boys.
Rimfaxi launching burst missile! War Dog, it's headed your way!
Also, despite the claim that both of these submarines were the same, like, the Rimfaxi seems to be a lot more durable.
10 seconds to impact.
Also, yeah, this mission has a lot of cut-off dialogue in it just because of the scripting.
Yeah, seriously.
Also, yeah, the Rimfaxi also launches a wider swath of burst missiles than the Rimfaxi launches a wider swath of missiles than the Synfaxi does.
Yeah,
it's
seriously.
Like, yeah, like, I'm thinking that, like, this is sort of like one of those, like, prototype versus, like, real thing type things, like, you know, the Synfaxi is like, you know, like, the NX Excelsior from Star Trek, while the Rimfaxi is like the NCC Excelsior. Like, it's the one that literally got disabled by Scotty, like, just taking a gasket out of somewhere, versus the one that Sulu, like, flies in and saves the day with.
Yeah, I can see that.
Also, yeah.
But yeah, look at those lights. Like, Belka would be proud.
Oh, yeah, like, I will give the game this, like, those explosions look absolutely beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Is it really?
Like, for its time, like, it really sells it.
And remember, that's the same effect that the MPBM from Zero is based off of, too, so...
Yeah, like, all the submarine is missing is really just a bunch of, like, hull-mounted TLSs. And it'd be, like, the perfect boss for Infinity.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't bring, like, either the Synfaxi or the Rimfaxi back for Infinity.
Yeah, talk about a missed opportunity there, jeez.
Because they did just about everything else.
This is the tall tale. Well, how do you explain all this damage?
Well, actually, no. They did bring it back, just horribly neutered. Like, one of the emergency missions that can pop up at random is to destroy a subcarrier that uses the same model as these. But it doesn't have the MPBMs or lasers or anything. It's just a giant meaty target that does absolutely nothing.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
We can't!
At least this thing can pretend to fight back. I say pretend because it's really not threatening in the slightest.
Well, you say that, but I'm actually flying incredibly cautious right now, just because of the hits I've taken in the lead up to it.
Oh yeah, I just noticed you're at 94% damage. Rip you.
Jeez, will you just stop with the missiles already?
So it's like, yeah, it's a combination of, I've got to be very cautious with my attack runs at it, just like fire and pull up, plus this bullshit of like the burst missiles, that like it literally fires like every couple of seconds.
10 seconds deep.
Because real submarines can totally launch like 50 tomahawks in rapid succession, right?
Although it gives me the chance to get amazing shots like this at it every time, like, because like I've just basically fallen into like a pattern here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Protect the Rimfaxi. Use your
Also, yeah, like, this mission is basically, like, sort of like a preview of / the birth of, like, Ace Combat 6's meme warfare in a way.
Ah, yeah. Just having missiles flying fucking everywhere.
But no, like, I'm talking about, like, all these idiots yapping off about Razgriz. About, like, how this one obscure thing becomes, like, a meme that changes the world.
Yeah. This is where the deepest lore comes into play. And now you'll never stop hearing that name for the rest of the playthrough.
The surprise attack on the Rimfaxi was a success, and the carrier has sunk to the bottom of the Razgriz Straits. The threat from the northern sea has disappeared, and the Ocean forces are on the offensive against Yuktobania.
And that's that, I guess. Also, yeah, you can see there on the end screen, I guess, if you actually go through that end, like that refueling thing, you do get a point bonus for it, so...